Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. And right now, I am talking about ways to save on Christmas. And I have covered most aspects of Christmas. And now I want to go over the holiday parties. Holiday parties can be a lot. So, first of all, I want to preface it by saying this. If somebody tells you, for any reason, that they cannot attend your holiday party, say, I understand. That is absolutely okay. And I would love to do something with you a different time because, first of all, there's a lot of reasons people might not be able to attend. They may just be overwhelmed and busy. They may be absolutely exhausted. They may be burnt out. They may be broke. They may uh, have something going on with their kids, their spouse, their parents, their family. They might have two obligations. They may be catching up on work. You may be asking them to come to a really noisy environment. They might just not have the social battery for it, or maybe everything's great, but just parties aren't their thing. So like parties are frequently loud and there's a lot of noise and a lot of overwhelming sensory input and a lot of people. And for that reason, like I would definitely rather go to a house party than a party out somewhere, like at an actual venue. Unless that venue was like somewhere outdoors where I could like wander off and hike or something, which I have been known to do. So, uh, if somebody can't attend your gathering, your party, wherever it is, whatever kind of party it is, first off, let's start with just be okay with it. It's not a personal affront to you. You don't know what's necessarily going on with them. For me personally, until I was in my 40s and we just quit doing the whole like Christmas Eve thing and everything, like 2020 Christmas season was kind of a relief to me because it was just me and my kid then, and we could like sit home and be quiet and read a book, and it wasn't like all this overwhelm and overstimulation. And uh until then, until my kid was born, every year I had a complete and total meltdown on Christmas Eve. Like it was awful. The clothes didn't feel good. I was anxious about everybody. It was gonna make me hug them. I knew what was going to happen. I knew that some people were going to make fun of me. I knew some people were going to get mad at me. And I just didn't want to deal with any of it. And then inevitably, my dress always fit wrong. It always was too tight in the armpits, and the fabric was always wrong, or the tag fit funny, or like something felt funny. It was just like a really miserable experience for me. And so the thing is that every year this happened, and it happened at a lot of the time. Like I remember when I was in my 20s, my dad was like, every holiday, Melissa, every holiday you have a tantrum, everything is wrong, and you have this huge tantrum every major family event, and then you go and you're fine and you have a good time. Which I mean, I sometimes I had a good time, but a lot of the time I just faked it. um and it's fine. So let's just not always have the tantrum. And I'm like, I could not help it. And just so you know, like the difference between a meltdown and a tantrum is a tantrum, the point is to get something. Your goal is to get something from it, versus a meltdown is just an inability to express your feelings and emotions and deal with either emotional overwhelm, sensory overwhelm, all of the overwhelm. So it was constant. But if you ask, like, oh yeah, she loves Christmas, she loves this, she loves that, and in reality, it was really tough. So just because you think that the person does great at parties or enjoys them doesn't mean they do. So if they say I don't want to go, respect that. Now let's look at the flip coin. Maybe you're the one being invited to the party. And maybe there's any number of reasons you don't want to go. Maybe you're more introverted. Maybe you're like me, and the whole thing just becomes overwhelming in an already overwhelming time of year. Um, maybe you just struggle, and maybe you're overextended and you don't have the money because it's out at a restaurant and you know you're going to be expected to buy drinks or something, even if the food is covered. Like a lot of the time, like that kills me, like work parties where you have to go to this party and then you also have to pay for things at the party, like drinks and tips and so on and so forth. Like, how is that a benefit to workers? It's like, instead of giving you a raise, we're going to give you a pizza party. And now we're going to make you pay for the pizza party and thank us for letting you celebrate and have a slice of pizza that you didn't want. So, maybe, I mean, there's any numbers. And then there's other parties that you will want to go to where you might feel more comfortable. Maybe it's a smaller gathering. Maybe it's at a house instead of a restaurant. Maybe it's maybe it's a venue you are comfortable with. Maybe it's any number of things. Maybe it's something that's free and you can afford it, or whatever. And then go. But with parties, like, just really think about it, because the holidays, everybody kind of makes you feel like you have to go to all of these parties and events and activities. And then there's this whole FOMO thing. And I really feel like FOMO is a horrible thing. I'm going to do a whole video on that. But you're kind of at this point and it's like you're already overextended. So when you're going to choose which holiday parties to attend, because I am a big proponent of spending time with people versus buying people things. Look at what party you were going to get the most benefit from. And if you are potentially up for a raise and biting your tongue and putting on the dress and making it seem like you're really enjoying yourself, and that going to that Christmas party is going to like bump you over the edge, then I get it. It sucks, but I get it. But if if your coworkers think it's important that everybody has a Christmas party and that we all chip in and that we all go to this restaurant and that we all have these drinks and then we all do this, and it's not really something you want to do, then don't do it. You don't have to do it. And I feel like too often so many of us are roped into doing things we really don't want to do. Sorry, my back hurts. And so instead of just going with the flow and going to all the parties, think about which parties you're really going to enjoy. And the kind of parties you enjoy. Do you prefer the drinks and appetizers? I mean, there's some benefits to that, I guess. Like, it's quick in and out, and um but some people do truly prefer that. I am very much so like I've said before that I used to host dinner parties, and I realized something. The reason I enjoyed hosting dinner parties and having all of my friends over is because it was like the perfect size. It was 8 to 12 people typically, people I all knew. Um, it wasn't too overwhelming because it was at my house. I could determine temperature, lighting, vibe, all of it. So for me, I really like that. And then I knew almost everybody there. I mean, occasionally somebody brought a date, but typically not. You know, we were kind of a weird group. Like, we very much so mixed and matched as far as dating goes with each other. It was weird, but I just feel like it makes more sense to go to the parties you're going to enjoy. So maybe you do enjoy a more low key one. Maybe you are the life of the party, and even though it's going to be super expensive, if you could only choose one, you want to go to that big, huge party out at like some club or something crazy, even though it's going to cost you a large amount of money. So then choose that one party, I guess. But with holiday parties, don't feel like you have to go to every party because one, you're already overwhelmed, and creating more overwhelm is going to then again lead to bad financial decisions overall, bad decisions in general overall. If you're too overwhelmed, your brain can't focus on what it needs to, and you then start making bad decisions in general. So value your time and value how you spend your time over the holidays. And because I do actually like, I've suggested things like the cookie exchange or a soup party or some sort of a potluck or, a luncheon with friends, ways to get together with people. And I think all of them are great and amazing ways. I just don't think that people need to feel like they have to do all of the things, because then you're going to just feel overwhelmed and it's just going to lead to not so happy feelings. So when you are figuring out your holiday activities, events, and parties, plan wisely and plan what you can handle so that you don't become overwhelmed, overextended, or over anything, and you're able to actually enjoy that time out socializing with people you care about. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. And right now I am sharing uh, tips for a more frugal and affordable Christmas. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.